I did a lot of research prior to choosing Chronicle, and all the research I did with all the major software companies out there that help cemeteries build their decedent files, Chronicle was by far the most professional, the most accessible, and the most cost effective. And they did not, in my opinion, they did not. I did not feel like they were taking advantage of us or charging us for things that should have been included in the first place. And sometimes some of the other vendors were charging you for everything. They were like, I would call it, they were like nickel and diming you all the way across. And for something that I thought we already should be paying part of the service, or why are we paying extra for something that I don't think is fair, right? So I saw a lot of that, and unfortunately, that turned me off from those kind of vendors. But when I ran into Chronicle and I did the research, by far they were the best, not only in the software, but in the cost. It's been very pleasant. It's been a very pleasant experience working with Chronicle, even though when we first started the onboarding process, and then afterwards. I have so many questions, things come up, or things that need to be fixed, things that I didn't catch the first time around. It's been very easy to get those changes accomplished, and it's been very nice to kind of have someone to just look it over, handle it, email you back. It's been handled, and then they give you the copies of everything that's been fixed. They've been very receptive, and I just think it's been very easy to work with, and it makes my job easier because I got a lot of other stuff to do, and they make it
Yeah.
easier for us. We came from really nothing, and it was old files, but we were able to have a starting point, and from then we just been building on it. Uh, we've been uh, as we're getting new customers, we are continually updating our files, adding headstone pictures, adding
Hmm.
other documents that need to be included into Chronicle, and we're trying to continue to build that relationship with Chronicle so we could include more templates and more things to make our job easier. So it's been a good transition, but I like the pace. See, Chronicle's there when I need them. They could go as fast as I want to go, or as slow as I want to go, and they work with me on my pace. And that to me is very important because sometimes you get sidetracked with other projects and other things that are priority, and then you come back to this, and then they're able to pick up where you left off and say, okay, we could continue now, and that pacing is very helpful, and their patience is very helpful to people like me who happen to be from a smaller cemetery, but they work
Yeah.
with me at my pace, and that to me that's very important. On our day-to-day job, Chronicle has been very crucial because we're able to, customers come in, we locate the location immediately on Chronicle. We're able to know, not only know where the decedent is at, but then sometimes customers say, well, is there any empty spaces around there? We instantly know by looking at the Chronicle map which spaces are available. And it really is helpful to say, look, this green space here is open if you wish to buy it.
Hmm.
Or the ease of our customers to be able to locate their loved one because they could use their cell phone, they search the name of the person, and they're able to track them and go directly to that site. Again, it's just our it makes us as a cemetery look very professional, and it helps our customers have the ease and the confidence to go find their loved one through their own devices. One thing that I'm very impressed with, the latest thing that you guys did about a year ago that I just started implementing this year, is our niches, and then you're able to kind of superimpose the names and which ones are available. That is very nice, beautiful, because people get to like, oh wow, they get to see their loved one or whatever. It is very impressive, and I commend Chronicle for that. I think that was a great step up. My experience so far with Chronicle since I joined a few years back, it's been only positive. And the most important thing as a small cemetery, the fact that it's cost effective. The prices and the fees are reasonable. They're not excessive, and they're just when you compare them to others, it's like, well, it's a great bargain. And for me, that's as a small cemetery, that means community has embraced it tremendously. They love it. when we first started with Chronicle, they created a QR code for us. Use the QR code and help themselves. To them, they feel good about it because they don't have to come into the office and bother us or anything like that. And the QR code has been a lifesaver. So yeah, they've been very happy with it. And I think one of the things that I'm going to be working with Chronicle next is that Chronicle allows us to kind of pre-establish a price so that when people do look it up, they're like, oh, that's how much it costs. So we kind of want to continue to work with Chronicle on that as I move forward into that step. I think the most helpful one to me is the grave locator, because that's the one we use a lot. And also, you did do a drone flyover, so that overview is really helpful as well for people just to kind of get a glimpse of where their loved one is at and so forth. I think those are the features that we use the most. No, the staff been great. Been very the staff has been very grateful and find it very easy to use Chronicle. So when we get new customers or when we get new decedents in our files, it's easy for them to input. And if there's ever like map issues, like sometimes the map that we have on Chronicle does not match with whatever is on the ground, we send those edits to Chronicle, and within days they're fixed. And we're able to input the data correctly and fix our files, not only on the map, but also our files. And Chronicle has been great. And sometimes Chronicle will tell you, it's according to our measurements, you have this much space, and we work with them. And because, again, they've done the drone flyover and they kind of have done measurements and they kind of know what the graves look like. So it's been very helpful. Actually done that quite a lot, actually. I when I go to conferences, I do meet other general managers and other cemeteries that are always looking or trying to update their systems. And I've spoken to a few, and I think a few have crossed over already and have actually implemented Chronicle for the same reasons. I mean, I think for them, is they're looking for something that's reliable, that's user friendly, that's easy for their customers to understand, for their staff to implement, and the bottom line is something that's cost effective. And all those issues are something that every manager is always looking forward to and wanting to have to implement in their own cemeteries. But yeah, I constantly talk to them and talk about how wonderful it is to use Chronicle and how it makes my life easy.